I'm ready to replace the oil pan gasket and the oil pump pickup gasket on this 1983 R100RS. I've lashed it down onto my Harbor Freight motorcycle stand using a couple of 2x4s to protect it, and then some ratchet straps to make sure it doesn't go anywhere while I do the work. Before I go any further, I want to check all of the oil pan bolts to be sure they're not stripped, which unfortunately is common. People have a habit of over-torquing these. The way I'm going to do that is with an inch-pound torque wrench, and I've got it set to 78 inch-pounds. And what I want to do is just be sure that every bolt will hold that. So I'm looking for clicks. So, it's a good day in the neighborhood. I have no strip bolts. So, I've got all the bolts off, and I pulled the gasket, got that off, and going to clean up the oil pan, certain amount of garbage in the bottom, usually what you get, and also clean up the outside. And then I'm going to remove this wire bail and screen to get to the bolts that hold this pickup for the oil pump, because underneath that is a gasket that I want to replace. Now the bail end on the back sits in a little groove, so if you just push down toward the back, you can slide the wire bail right up and off, and then you can get the screen to come loose, in theory. There it comes. So this is the oil pickup screen, so big chunks won't get sucked into the oil pump, and it's secured to the face of the pickup with the bail. Now here are the two bolts that I want to remove so I can take the housing off, and behind that is where the gasket sits. So I have backed the bolts out almost all the way, and when you're removing them you'll feel some resistance because they're Loctited, so you're fighting that a little bit, and then they'll come loose. So the bolts are fairly long with a wave washer, two of them, and then this is the input funnel, if you will, which has the gasket on the back, which is peeling a little, but I'll get all that off and clean this up, and that mounts here to this flange. I thoroughly cleaned the oil pan and the oil suction housing in the parts washer. Then I use a flat block of wood and wrap some 600 grit wet dry paper around it and lightly clean the mating surface of the oil pan and the engine block. I don't sand this hard. I keep the block flat on the mating surface. The idea is just to remove any small bits of gasket or glue that might be stuck there. Lastly, I clean all the mating surfaces with brake cleaner. They need to be oil-free because the gaskets have a heat-activated adhesive, and I want to be sure that they stick. So I'm ready to install the new gasket that's going to fit on the flange here between it and the oil pickup. And I've cleaned this surface very, very well, gotten rid of any debris from the old gasket, as well as this surface. The bolts are these long bolts here, and I put a little bit of blue Loctite on them so they'll stay nice and tight in there, because you sure don't want these to come loose. So I just put the gasket like that and run the bolt through just to catch it, and then put it on the flange. Now, it's possible, although you'll quickly realize you don't want to do it that way, to put this the wrong way, but it'll stick out over the edge of the engine block. So it should be pretty clear to you you've got it backwards. And just run the bolts in, and then I'll tighten these up, and then I'll torque them. They're snug now, so I'm going to use my inch-pound wrench and torque them up to 78 inch-pounds. And again, that's inch-pounds, not foot-pounds. Click, click. Just check. And it's all set. So the screen is bowed out on one side and not on the other. So you want the bowed out side to face you. And then, sort of as I took it off, I'll just take the bail and slide it down on each side until the ends snap into the groove. And that's all set to go. So I'm going to use a thick glass plate to check if the mating surface on the oil pan is flat all the way around. This came off a coffee table. I've cleaned the mating surface and gotten all the gasket material off it, and it's fairly shiny, so there shouldn't be anything in the way here. So I just put it down on the plate and use a 2/1000 feeler gauge to see if I can slip it between the glass plate and the mating surface on the cover. And if that mating surface is flat all the way around, the gauge won't slide in. Now right here, just a little bit, I just barely get it in. And then here on the front, I can get it in all the way around the front to about here, and then nothing along this side, and a little bit back here. So there are some high spots on the mating surface of the oil pan. Often that's caused here where the bolts go through. When they get tightened up, sometimes they'll pull up the aluminum just a little bit and make some proud areas. So I need to address that. And the way I'll do it is put some 600 grit wet dry paper on the glass plate, and then sand the mating surface to get rid of the high spots. So to put the sandpaper on the glass plate, I use a little contact cement, and that helps stick it down without having tape get in the way. And I just put it around the edge and a little bit in the middle. Whoops. There we go. And then just pick it up and put it next to the other sheet, so I've got a nice large area for sandpaper that I can use with the sanding process, and just sort of get rid of the edge there. There we go. Now, so I have a little spray bottle that I use to just wet the paper down like that, and then I take the cover and lay it on the sandpaper, and what I want to do is move it in a figure 8 pattern. Yeah, I do it about 8 times or so just to clean off any of the high spots, and then I'll go back and start taking measurements and see how close the cover is to being flat. There's another technique you can also use just to see how well you're getting things flat. I put some Sharpie marks along the edge of the mating surface. And then when I go to sand the next cycle, I'll see if I remove all that, which is a pretty good indication that I'm getting it flat. So I think I'm just about there. There's just the lightest trace over here of the magic marker, but it's gone everywhere else. So I'm going to see with my feeler how things are going. Well, it's looking pretty good. I'm not able to get the gauge up under the cover anywhere along it. So, we've got a nice dead flat oil pan. Now I'm ready to put the oil pan and the gasket on. Now the gasket can only go one way because it's got this cutout at the bottom, so it's kind of impossible to get that on the wrong way. And the other thing I'm doing is using some stainless steel bolts where the original ones were cadmium plated. But that means if I'm going to use stainless steel on an aluminum block, I need to put a little anti-seize on the threads so that the two dissimilar metals won't gall. So the process is straightforward. Just run a bolt through, run the gasket over the bolt, beat it up to the block, and finger tighten. And I usually just try to hang it from the top bolts, and then I can go all the way around and get everything else, get all the other bolts in. To torque the bolts, you do it in several stages, not all at once. And the idea is to bring the pressure up uniformly around the cover and not put pucker into that big oil pan gasket. The other thing to consider is that I'm using stainless steel bolts, which requires me to use anti-seize, but the stock bolts were steel and they were inserted dry. Anti-seize acts as a lubricant, and if I torque these to the stock BMW bolt torque, I'm going to overstress the threads in the block, and I have a much higher probability of stripping them. So I want to derate or reduce the torque setting, and I use about a 20% reduction. BMW has published various ranges on these bolts, but the recommendation is 6 foot-pounds. And you can't get an accurate reading on a foot-pound wrench at 6 foot-pounds. So I use my inch-pound wrench, and I convert the torque. So if I was going to do 6 foot-pounds, that would be 72 inch-pounds, but that would be with the stock bolts. I need to derate it, and it's going to derate by about 20% for anti-seize as a lubricant on the threads. So I'm going to set these to 60 inch-pounds. As I say, I do it in stages. First stage is 25, second stage is 45, and the last stage is 60, which is what I'm ready to do now. And I just do this in a crosswise pattern, like that. And then I go around just to verify I didn't miss any, and everybody's at 60. Okay, so the oil pan gasket's in, the pan bolts are torqued, and we're all done.